Hello and welcome back. Today is Tuesday, January 16th, and this is episode 26 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent gaming podcast, where we've just found out, actually, that YouTube has us as their featured video game video.
Hi, YouTube.
It's just fucking sweet. Hey, YouTube! If you're here looking for what Britney Spears muff or some fake lonely girl involved in cults or dudes getting kicked in the nuts, you're in the wrong place.
That's right. NooBTooB is all about gaming. You're not going to find any of that stuff there, although if you're lucky, you might be able to see me get kicked Tobin in the nuts sometime during this episode.
No.
But this week we're talking about Lost Planet on the Xbox 360 as our featured game, and not much else.
Unfortunately.
Nothing came out. But, luckily Lost Planet was meaty enough to actually have a lot to talk about, and fortunately next week we have a lot of new releases.
About fucking time. New releases this week include WarioWare,
Woo!
which is going to be awesome, the new Phoenix Wright game.
Oh yeah.
And World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, which about half of the gaming planet is now involved in. There's 8 million people playing Burning Crusade now, or Warcraft now.
Yeah.
As always, we'll finish up with our weekly culture section, but let's get kicking straight into the Lost Planet.
All right. On the Xbox 360?
On the Xbox 360 from Capcom.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So that is Lost Planet, man. It's a 360 game coming up, and tell us a little bit about the story or the game itself.
So there's a lot of story. So
a lot of crappy story.
Yeah. So you're in the future. I'm not even clear if you're on Earth.
No, you actually, as far as the intro video, they talk about the post-apocalyptic. All these nuclear bombs go off, and you have to go colonize some snow planet.
Okay. Yeah. So we're colonizing a snow planet. You find a bunch of aliens there.
Bugs.
Yeah.
Something.
Alien bugs.
Yeah.
They attack you. Humans develop VS, like, robo-suits to fight back against the bugs. And
small mechs.
Pretty much all you need to know is you, a bunch of guns, a bunch of bugs, and a bunch of mechs.
And a bunch of bad guys. Oh, bad humans as well that you'll have to kill a lot. And snow pirates.
There's a lot of drama.
A lot of bad drama.
Yeah, so it has the third-person, over-the-shoulder shooter feel of Gears of War, which is kind of, I have a feeling this is what we're going to be looking at from now on consoles.
I like the development a lot because you get you get to see the model of your player. They can spend a lot of time doing that, and I don't like first-person shooters on the consoles, and third-persons are better. It's
exactly.
easier.
I mean, we talked about this before when we did Gears of War, where I think that this is the only model in which you're going to get people who used to play mouse and keyboard gaming on PCs into the console world, because you can actually, I can't really put my finger on what it is, but first person on console I can't stomach it. Third person, I'm cool with it.
There's a really big difference between the type of things that you have to do and the aiming that you have to do, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
You still have a crosshair, but the crosshair kind of moves, but your view doesn't move, and I think that's a big part of why I think we like third-person shooters. I mean, we play Counter-Strike, we play Half-Life, we like first-person shooters a lot, but on the console, two sticks just doesn't do it.
Yeah. So the game is pretty sweet. It's really, really good looking. There's
the bugs. The models are huge. I mean, I haven't played Shadow of the Colossus, but this is how I imagine the kind of style. I think they kind of took a few ideas from that.
I mean, Shadow of the Colossus is on a scale another level beyond this. I mean, like, you can spend 10 minutes crawling up the back of a giant.
Gotcha.
But the scale is very nice, because the one thing that I didn't like about Gears of War is that the end bosses were anticlimactic.
Oh yeah, totally.
Not very well thought out. The end bosses in this are well thought out. They're not anticlimactic. They're huge.
They're hard too.
You're fighting. Yeah, they're hard. I mean, you'll
really
be fighting a fucking city block-sized bug. And it'll be blasting through walls. It'll be tossing you around.
Yeah, I like the one. There's this one achievement that you have to kill a big ass moth.
Yeah, which is optional.
It's right. It's optional.
Is cool.
We should talk about that when we talk about the achievements. But the huge moth, it kind of comes by you, and it's the size of, like, I don't know, like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
And as it comes by you, it knocks you down because of the wind.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing. I really love the aspects of that, and of course the Shai-Hulud, the dune worm.
Oh man, yeah, that's actually a really interesting segment where you spend several minutes running across a couple miles of snow dunes, and the whole time you're being pursued by this massive dune-esque worm.
Yeah.
And it's really quite interesting, because it'll come up and it'll spew a bunch of flying bugs, and they'll be attacking you, and it's kind of hectic. You're running away.
Well, one thing I like about the bug itself is that half of the time its head would come up and it would try to go and eat you, and the other half, a tail comes up, and coming out of its ass would be all these like fireballs that would try to come kill you. So you really didn't know which one you had to do, and it took me maybe like 8 or 9 tries to figure out the pattern so I could actually kill it. How long did it take you to kill the guy?
It took a while.
Because I kept getting eaten. That's what pissed me off. Because I'd like spend all this time, get all this health, run around, kill all the things. I go there and like all of a sudden, and then you just kill you and you die.
It's hard. It's really hard. So I guess that kind of segues a little bit into, we've talked about that it's very pretty, it's pretty fun, it's Gears of War-esque. So what don't you like?
Okay, there's a couple things I don't like about this game. The storyline sucks.
Yeah.
So if you compare it to a game like Dead Rising, which is made by the same team or a similar team, they did a lot better job of getting the characters right, getting kind of the storyline right. But here they take your generic hot chick, put her in cleavage clothes in the snow,
tits out. It's negative 40 degrees, tits out.
Hell yeah, you die. You have to actually keep your energy out. That's the other thing. But you have that. You have the kid who's a hacker, and he has these Geordie LaForge goggles on that I guess he's blind. I don't know. Whatever. You have the evil guy who betrays you. You have, but the cool thing is the main guy, he's Asian, which I never see.
That is true. That's unusual.
They picked some really famous Korean actor in Japanese shows or something like that, and had him and modeled everything after him.
Do you feel represented?
Not kinda. Yeah,
So, I actually got to the point where they would be talking long enough that I'd just hit start.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, all right, I don't know if I totally consider that a point against it, because I'm not looking for plot in first-person games. But, if you compare it to, like, Half-Life 2, which is obviously
Even Gears of War. Gears of War, didn't have much of a story. No, Gears of War didn't have much of a story, but I wasn't, like, rolling my eyes constantly.
Oh, because they just didn't have it. They just admitted that they just, like, that,
Kinda.
Because they just, straight up, like, we finished Gears of War, and I'm like, I don't even know. Like, you're killing bugs, but, seriously, like, where are you, when are you, it gets irrelevant, who are you, but...
Apparently the manual has a nice backstory for that, but...
I don't know how to read. I never
you turn
learned
subtitles
how
off,
to
right?
read.
But no, the storyline is just so, so typical of Japanese kind of big RPGs. It's really overarching, really stupid. You have all these archetypes that are just cliches.
So my complaint was actually the interface.
Really?
Where I like the control, but they do so many things that take control out of my hands for too long, where it's just like...
kind of like what?
So something will happen and it'll knock me down. And it's just like, the guy is just kind of like down, and he's just like... and he just like slowly gets to his feet, and they just stun you in the game, where it's just like, there was one point where I was fighting a mech who was hitting me with rockets.
Yeah.
So he'd hit me with a rocket, my guy would, the big explosion, the guy would fall back against the wall, fall down, start to slowly crawl to his feet, and the guy would fire another rocket.
And it would happen over again.
And it's just like, you could do anything you want on the controls, and you are out of, like, it's like 10 seconds where you're out of the running.
Oh, 10 seconds is a bit much. I think it's like supposed to be like 5, yeah. But just avoid the rockets in the first place.
But once they hit
that's the philosophy, right?
Yeah, but once they hit you, you're done. Like, it's just one of these things. You can get away eventually. It's just, like, when you play games that are much more reactive, then it's just like, you get hit, and you're like, fuck, I got hit, roll over here, run over here. You want to do something.
Yeah.
You want to react. You're like, I fucked up, let me fix it. And then... the philosophy in Lost Planet is very much like, you fucked up and now you get to watch. It's just like, you dumb shit. Let's watch your pain as your guy just kind of like stumbles around like a drunkard.
You go out in the open without a VS, essentially.
Yeah,
so the way I saw that, I agree with you that it got annoying at some places, and especially when you're fighting the mech with the girl after the worm.
Yep.
And there's another part where you have to fight Green Eye, which is this huge thing. He kind of backs you into a wall, and then there's nothing you can do.
That's it. Yep.
But what I saw it as was that it was teaching me, okay, look, don't get into those situations. So I would either fly more, or I would hide in a corner more, or things like that, and I was able to finish it.
I would just rather them have something where it's just like, to teach me a lesson, you lose a whole bunch of health, or you die, or whatever, but it's like, me being bored while I sit there for 30 seconds not being able to move while they pummel you over and over and over again till you get the point where you can reset and then try again. You're like... That's too much of my time to teach me that lesson.
Well, see, I was much more pissed off over the worm, because I would spend all this, because it starts you right in the beginning when the
that's
waypoint,
infuriating.
and you go and you have to get health to survive the worm, and I spend 5 minutes getting all the different health styles. I go out there and then he freaking eats me.
Yeah, one hit, one kill.
Well, and it got to a point where after 10 times, finally I figured out, don't be close to the worm and he won't eat you.
Yeah,
but Yeah, whatever.
So this goes to the worm brings up achievements.
Oh yeah.
So the
achievements are pretty nice.
Are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Which we've had problems with before in the past of the achievements being unbalanced in games.
They did a really good job with the weighing.
Yeah, if you play Xbox 360 a lot, you know that the achievements are a big deal, and achievements that are too easy or too hard, people get very frustrated because people have 1,000 and they'll have 0.
Yeah, well, they'll do the one where, like, hit start button at the beginning of the game, they'll give you achievement, and then, kill 5,000 people in one online match.
How cool is it that there's not an achievement for play an online game?
You're right.
I like that. Like, because there's in every single game that has online capacity, they're just like, play an online game. Whoop, achievement. It's like, what have you achieved besides having an internet connection?
Well, you know why
well
they do
done.
that. You know why they do that,
to get
right?
you to play.
Yeah, get you to play once, and they figure if you play once, then you like it.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's dumb design for achievements.
So the way that they did the achievements in this game, which I liked a lot, is the fact that you have the 5 different game modes, and in each game mode you have to be on the winning side each time to get a medal, and you have to get 10 medals in each game type to get the achievement.
Right.
So I've been just playing the post, where you push the button, the little thing comes up,
yeah.
and I've been doing that, and that's all I played. But once I hit 10, I got the medal, I got the achievement, I'm like, I'm going to go try Fugitive and see how that is, and do that with the next one. The next
Very
one's
cool.
going to actually make me explore all the different game modes.
Nice.
And that's the right way to do achievements. It's force you to play the game in different ways.
Yeah. And they've got achievements on beat the game on insane difficulty,
but not on all the different difficulties.
No, just one, which
extreme.
is too bad. I wish that they had done that. Like, I like the whole kind of crank it up, where it's just like beat it on normal, beat it on hard, beat it on we fucked your mom.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's really
tough.
hard. Yeah,
that's just a mean. That's just vindictive, really.
Mom. Yeah.
So they've got all that, and they've got the beat each level. And then they've got collect all the little coins.
I hate that because the thing is, one of the guys on our forums had a very good observation. He said, "Look, collecting these things, it takes me out of the game of just trying to do the story and all this other stuff where you're looking around for these medals in this really small corner. Because what you have to do is actually explore every single nook and cranny."
Yeah, which I gotta say, actually, I mean, the thing is the collecting actually goes towards the adventure-y side of me, where I actually like finding all that stuff.
That's why you got the achievement night.
That's right. So last night, Yuzo and I were up till 4 in the morning, neck and neck, on achievement points. We both had 200, and then I saw him log out and go to sleep.
Like at 3, yeah.
And I finished the level, and I got a couple more points. So it's like 230. I've got 230 to
He's in the lead
200 for now.
Bastard. Yeah.
And then Gwinster, who's a guy in our forums, has been kind of competing with us, and I bet by the time we're done with this podcast,
he's already
surpassed us. But he had like 160 something.
185, but then I think recently today he actually got 205 and beat me, so he's catching up on you. He's already on a mission 8
whore
out of 11.
So if you're a point whore and you want to come play with us, we love it. Find us on the forums. We've both posted our gamer handles on the website. Mine's Tobin00.
Mine's Stab in Face.
Stab in Face. We're both very mature.
Yeah, totally.
So come friend us on Xbox 360. Come point horror with us on the forums. We love it. The more people, the better.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be able to do a lot of trash talking, especially. We really want to make sure we do a lot of that, and it adds a lot of fun to the game.
And it's more people for me to beat, because right now I'm just beating Yuzo and Gwinster.
Yeah, but you give up.
I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Wait, I want to talk about the multiplayer.
Okay.
So have you played much of the multiplayer?
Not much.
So I've been playing a lot of the multiplayer. I got the post achievement the other night, which was really awesome. And dude, I'm really liking it.
Cool.
It's really well done. They did a lot of things to make strategy happen.
Yeah.
Right. So they have these. They have a mode where you're doing the posts, and you have to go to the posts and get them. I still haven't figured out how points are done. Yeah, because you have to kill people.
That was driving me crazy. I was playing the multiplayer demo, and I was just like, I killed a whole bunch of dudes. I got a bunch of posts, whatever, and it's just like, everybody else, 10,000 points. You got 4.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
So there's a couple of big things that I saw. One is being on the winning side automatically elevates you to everybody on the losing side. So there's like a set amount of winning the game.
That's like in Counter-Strike, man, where it's like if you win on the level, you get a big pile of cash, and everybody gets big fucking guns.
Yeah.
You're like on the losing side, you've got like a rock. It's like the lid of a trash can.
Come here. Yeah, so they don't actually have that, which is good in this game. You can, do various things. They have 5 different game modes. You can play 16 on 16, which is fun as all hell. And the fact that the game just came out, everybody sucks. I love it.
That's what I need to play. I should hop
You gotta
on
play
right
now.
I should hop on right now because like next week I'll be the worst person in every game.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it. Even the difference between 1 day and 2 days out, it's like people are getting better because they
that's
played it for
terrifying.
24 hours.
Yeah.
It's like you have these kids that have no, all this free time. And it's like, what are you going to do? You can play the game for 2 hours a day. They play 10 hours a day. You suck.
Yeah, well,
Right.
that was me.
Yeah.
I gotta say, at that age, that was me. If I'd had these online games, I would have shat my pants at that age.
It would be a lot of fun. But the multiplayer in general, I must say, is my main selling point. I really didn't like the single player, especially starting out.
Yeah.
Now that I'm about halfway through of the main game, I'm really liking it.
Cool.
It's
Let's do
much
that
better.
shit, man. We'll hop on tonight. We'll do some multiplayer.
Yeah,
Check it out.
we'll help you get some things so you actually try to get the medal. That'll be
right.
good. So, what's the other bit? Oh, Lost Planet release party.
Yep.
So
not all that. So we went to the release party. We met the designer, which was really cool.
yeah,
since he
Keiji
also
Inafune, I think, or something.
Yeah, since he also invented Mega Man, so
Yeah.
we got our game signed by him, which is very cool.
He also did Dead Rising, which I was like, wow. When I heard that, I'm like, holy crap, this guy's badass.
Yep. So it was a bunch of free food, free drink.
Yep.
Yuzo made it to the almost last round of the competition,
That's
which
right.
is cool.
Yeah, they had 4 different groups of 16 players, and then if you beat the first round, then you go to the finals.
Yeah.
And like my group must have been filled with I don't know,
Me?
something. Yeah, people like Tobin. So I got first very easily because you had people that were just kind of running into a wall, looking at it, not knowing what the hell they're doing. But once I got to the finals, it's like I was last, second
Yeah,
last.
you got destroyed.
Yeah, it sucks too because the top 4 was going to get the free game.
Yeah.
And cash.
And cash?
Nice. Gift cards.
Well.
Yeah, but it was
Sucks
a lot of
for
fun.
you.
I mean, free food. We had got to talk to some of the developers, some of the producers, things like that.
Yep.
If you guys see any of the other launch parties, definitely go check it out.
Yeah, we highly recommend going to launch parties. Anything that's in San Francisco, we're definitely going to go to. We've been to a couple in the past, and they're pretty fun.
Yeah, totally. Oh, the line was huge.
Yeah,
What was
pretty big
up with
line,
that?
pretty
There
big
was
turnout.
probably 300 or 400 people.
Yeah.
At least.
It's good stuff, and they let everybody in, which is good because they were saying before that they weren't sure that if it was going to get in. But
dude, we got there like an hour and a half. We were all worried, and then it was 20 degrees outside.
it was fucking cold as shit, and we're all sitting up there playing our DSs against each other,
playing Elite Beat Agents.
Elite Beat Agents.
My
And then
God.
finally, we're all just like, all right, we got to stop because I can't feel my fingers. My
got your gloves, dude.
I know.
I know your gaming gloves.
Yeah.
So that would be Lost Planet. I
That's
think
it.
it's a pretty enthusiastic thumbs up, especially on the multiplayer. I'm kind of like this for the single player.
Yeah, it's in there. I mean, it's not as good as Gears for first player, for single player.
No.
I mean, no co-op. Why no co-op? You gotta have that in every fucking game now. That's it. There's the gold standard. There's the line in the sand. Every game must have online co-op now, where I can be playing. I'm like, Yuzo, hop into the game.
Yeah.
Boom, he hops in.
Dude, that game would have been so much more fun.
Hell yeah,
So
we would
much
have.
more
I
fun.
mean, we would have beaten it already if it was online co-op because we wouldn't be able to stop.
Yeah, and just the fact that, if you can just say, I'm online, you're online, let's go play, and let's go finish this thing, and you get the achievements at the same time.
Yeah, it's the new hotness, man.
It's calling out Capcom. You guys need to put co-op in every single game you build now. It's like too late. Don't even think about it.
Yep.
So, because that'll give you automatic thumbs up.
Yep. Yep. So then the other game was
Mr. Robot. Yeah. So, basically we have very few games coming out at this time of the year. So we are looking for other independent games, small games, retro games we're going to try to do. And Misery on our forums suggested that we try out Mr. Robot. So it's a PC game, downloadable. It's I forget the actual name of the company that does it, but it's reminds me a lot of RoboBlitz. So you played RoboBlitz, you didn't like it either.
I hated RoboBlitz.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
But you're a robot, and the cool thing about this one, it's a isometric view, and it's a puzzle where you're pushing things, you're doing levers, and kind of similar to what you see in RoboBlitz with a 3D world.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Cool.
It has
RoboBlitz was not fun. There was no soul to it, like we were talking about before.
And this one had soul. It had something where it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a little cuter.
Yeah.
I guess because it was all sprites and things like that.
Yeah.
So I liked it a lot. I only played the trial. I think it was $15 or $20, and the economics of the way PC games work, I would not buy a game like this. If it was 5 or 10 on Xbox Live, no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the bumping it up to 15 or 20
because you have to, because you have to worry about the credit card transaction, all the different things that you never find a game for $5 on a PC. It just doesn't happen.
It's true.
So really hope that these guys do more interesting stuff, and let's
Cool.
do it. But give it a try. It's a free trial.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Cool. Search for Mr. Robot.
That is what we've been playing. which is pretty much fucking Lost Planet.
Yeah, and we'll be playing a lot more Lost Planet this year. This week, and what else?
Yeah, but what we mentioned was that next week the new releases are actually starting to look up a little bit.
A little bit.
So starting off...
Oh, sorry, WarioWare, Smooth Moves. So this is a game made by Nintendo. I'm sure you guys know. It's a bunch of mini games. You're doing a lot of really wacky stuff with the remote.
Basically, if you saw a commercial for the Wii while the Wii was not out yet, you saw WarioWare.
Oh my god, but all the commercials, if you look on YouTube, you look at all the different things. So there's a couple of things. You're putting it on your head and you're doing squats.
Yeah.
You put it on your side. You do hula hoop moves.
Yeah.
There's the dancing one. Did you see the video for that? Where it's like 4 people and you just have to kind of they're doing this and they're doing that, and then you have to match the movements on the screen.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's driving where you're going it's just insane.
Isn't there Choco-Bitch?
Yeah.
It's Choco-Bitch.
Yes.
You got to choke a bitch.
That's right. Choke a chicken.
Choke your chicken. The web surfing simulator. So there's a shitload of little mini games on WarioWare. It looks awesome.
Yeah, 4-second games. I think they're all really short.
We actually called a bunch of game stores right before we did NooBTooB tonight, and they were all out. So
I think Walmart had 2.
Yeah, I'm going to rush out after we record this episode and see if I can get my hands on a copy. We'll see.
I'm going to go slash Tobin's Tires, so I get the copy instead. We'll see about that. So anything else about this WarioWare that we want to talk about? I mean, it looks like it's going to be the ultimate party game, probably more fun than Wii Sports.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing is it's straight up one of if you own a Wii, you're going to get this game. Which is the funny thing is it's hard to recommend or review games on the Wii because there's everyone gets Wii Sports, everyone gets Zelda, everyone's going to get WarioWare, everyone's going to get Mario.
Mario, Metroid.
And Metroid. So there's not very many games out on the Wii. There's not all that much to talk about, and it's a given that anyone that owns this console is going to go buy this. So. But I mean, hopefully it's awesome. We'll come back and talk about it next week. I think it's going to be sweet.
It's going to be the game to pick. So there's going to be a few games every once in a while where we know we will buy it on opening day. Right. We're not going to wait for rental. We're not going to wait and WarioWare is definitely one to catch. Yeah. So when you get it...
Only caveat is you must have friends.
Yes. I don't have friends.
Damn it!
I have online friends.
Wait, I think it comes... If you get the collector's edition, it comes with a friend.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, little box.
Little buddy.
So, I think WarioWare will be awesome. If you do get it, it'll probably be the game we'll be talking about on our boards. Yeah. So, talk about, scoring and things like that. We'll definitely...
we've had really active forums lately. When new game comes out, people hop on and really chat about it in the NooBTooB forums. So, if you want to chat about Lost Planet, hop on this week, or WarioWare... Yuzo and I will be playing straight up.
Yeah, definitely. And if you've been playing Lost Planet, you see if you can beat Tobin's score. He's in the lead right now.
Yep.
230. Biatch!
Next game on the DS is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All.
Yeah. So,
I didn't like the first Phoenix Wright.
It's really famous. A lot of people say they like it, and I just don't know if they like reading.
It's huge in Japan. I'm not sure how big it is here.
Everybody here has it on their top list, and I'm like, really?
So, if you play Phoenix Wright, it is a kind of old school, kind of, God, I don't even know what I'd call it,
kind of mystery text.
So you read a lot, right?
Yeah.
So the windows come up, and you're solving cases. You're a detective. The things scroll down, and it's you got to read and then finally they're like, okay, investigate a scene. You pick up evidence. You go and you ask people questions about the evidence. You go to court and you present different evidence and different arguments. And it could be fun. I didn't like the way it was done. I thought that it was a lot of tapping through. I thought that it was kind of very much of arbitrary. It wasn't so much you're figuring out the right combinations of items. It was, all right, try the orange. Okay, try the X-Acto knife. All right, try this. And it's just no, yes. Oh, move on to the next part of the case. So it's just
well, that's kind of a complaint that you'd have over a lot of adventure games, especially point and click. So
straight up, I mean, I tried Sam and Max. I hated it.
That's too bad.
I'm done with that genre. I don't want to do the collect a bunch of items and then try and interact them with the environment anymore. Well, I'm beyond it.
But if it's cool and well done, then no.
I'm just saying, I bet Sam Max is well done. I still hated it.
Gotcha. This was coming out. I wasn't a big fan of it either. I'm not really looking super forward to it. If it gets a lot of good reviews, I might check it out.
Yeah.
But for the most part, people are saying that it's just like the first one.
Right, so if you love the first one, bring it.
Yeah.
What else?
We got the Crackdown demo. So this is a game built by Real Time Worlds and Dave Jones, and he made the original GTA.
For the 360, right?
It's coming for the 360. So this demo is coming out on Thursday on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And
free demo.
Dude, it looks good. So have you read anything about this?
I read a little bit.
So there's a single player and co-op online play in the demo.
Co-op!
It's going to be awesome. So it's a very GTA type thing. I think you're a crime fighter, not a crime starter.
All right. Are you a fire starter?
Yeah, you can probably start fires. And there's a kind of a superhero component to it, so you can kind of like leap over tall buildings in a single bound, that kind of stuff. And what I really like about the thing is that it's going to be very Oblivion-esque with these skills. So as you use the skills more, like as you jump over buildings more, as you use your firearms more, your skill goes up.
Oh, that's cool.
So what's going to be awesome is I'll be doing, I'll be fighting, doing missions and things like that. I'll see you pop online. I'll say, hey, come into my world. Bam, you pop in my world, and we go crazy. And we each level up and do missions and get achievements. It's going to be amazing.
That is going to be really fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
We'll try the demo this week when it comes out, and we'll have some words about it next week when we come back. So when's that coming out?
Coming out in February 20th.
Okay.
So,
cool.
So
we'll just be talking about the demo for a while then.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you look at it, the big games, you have one a month. You have WarioWare, Lost Planet this month. You have Crackdown next month. You have March has some other stuff. Okay. So, what do we have last?
And last is the Burning Crusade, which if you play World of Warcraft, you already know about this.
It's like Christmas for World of Warcraft players.
I went to Fry's yesterday to buy a new router for my house, and there was already a line of dorks.
What time did you go?
It was like 2 in the afternoon, and I think
that
there's a midnight sale.
Midnight, yeah.
So here's the best part: is I was talking to my buddy Adam, who plays a lot of World of Warcraft, and I was like, "So why are these people waiting? Is there going to be a shortage?" And he's like, "No, a lot of people have already called these stores, and most stores were going to have about 3,000 copies of the game, and there's no projected shortage." So
why are they there then?
They just wanted to be part of the waiting in line culture, which, I gotta say, that's kind of fun, but it's not that fun. Show up at midnight and buy the damn game.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it'd be cool just to get it so that, look, you can go online immediately and start playing the new zones and things like that. I can see being the first.
It doesn't help. I mean, if you show up at 11:55, you'd still get the damn game. So, anyway, World of Warcraft, 8 million people playing it already. This is an expansion, adds 2 new races, a whole bunch of new maps, an alien race that landed on a starship.
The Draenei, something.
They actually crashed into the planet on the starships, and now there's aliens in World of Warcraft. But I don't play World of Warcraft because I would like it too much. Genuinely, I've got a whole bunch of friends that do play it, so I could join their guild, but I'm terrified of MMOs because I know that I'm an addictive person, and I played EverQuest, I played World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you played World of Warcraft, how long did you really last?
About a month.
About a month. See, I played a year and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as addictive,
I put it down consciously.
Game.
Like, I was just like...
Because you were getting too into it?
I was taking days off work.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
So I would sit there at work, and I'm just like, God, I'm just thinking about Warcraft. I'm like, oh, I'm sick. I'd go home and play, and then finally I was just like, all right, this is not my kind of game. I need a game where I play. It's got a 40-hour story. I'm done with it. It's not like I'm always. I mean, it's just.
You're always trying to get better and better.
Yeah, I know that I'm an addictive person, and I can't handle MMOs. And once they get better and better, it's going to get harder and harder for me to resist.
That's the thing. So I think
thank God Second Life looks like horse shit, because otherwise I'd be playing it if it didn't look like something I made in Vermal in 1994.
Well, they do have flying penises. I mean, I don't know if that's a plus or a minus, but
bonus.
World of Warcraft, I must say, it's very popular, it's very good, but as far as us in the future of NooBTooB, there's no way we can even touch an MMO, because then it would turn into NooBTooB, the World of Warcraft podcast.
And you've already got those.
Dude, if
you're a World of Warcraft nerd, you've already got a podcast. So anyway, that's out this week. I'm sure you already know about it if you're a World of Warcraft fan.
Hell yeah, it's coming out actually today, or came out midnight last night.
Yep, so that is our new releases section.
Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I think we'll get WarioWare.
Oh, hell yeah. WarioWare, I'm all about it.
Fun. So we go to our culture topic.
Yes.
We always try to talk about something cultural related, especially to appeal to non-gamers or whatever. But it's kind of the thing of like, what is our life? What is our life story?
I like how you say non-gamers, like fuck them.
Well, dude, like every time I hear about a non-gamer listening to our show, they're like, I like the culture section.
Yeah.
Because we geek out way too much.
Yeah, it's true. Well, if you're digging games, you're not. You're listening to us for that reason.
Yeah, exactly. And this one of our topics we have is story in games and how important are they. This kind of comes out from the fact that we've been doing, we do some advertising and people check us out, and a bunch of Castlevania nerds saw our episode 23,
and they got mad.
Dude, they got pissed.
We got a lot of people on Castlevania forums and on YouTube and on everywhere else, and they're like, these guys didn't play enough, and they don't even understand that back in Castlevania 1 there was this whole storyline involving Simon's mom, and then over here he got the whip of doom.
Yeah, I was like, what? I didn't realize there were like geeks that worried so much about the storyline of Castlevania, because storyline, did it really matter? I mean, you're killing Dracula.
That's the story.
Or Dracula's doing something, or somebody really did Dracula, and you're going to stop him.
Right. So people got pissed. I mean, people were mad that we were just like, I don't know who this guy is. And they're like, it's Simon's half-brother.
Second cousin twice removed.
Duh! But yeah, so we're... I gotta say, I mean, you and I are not that into story in games, and a lot of people are. So, you know... We're going to have different aesthetics in games. You and I want to get straight to the gameplay. A lot of times if they talk for too long, you know, if it's a pretty cutscene, we'll watch it. If it's good voice acting or something clever happening, we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. But generally, we're not there for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different type of game player, right? Players, some players love story and they like to play RPGs a lot. Yeah. But we're kind of more into the gameplay. Like, what is fun? What is we will take time and make us what we love games. Or
I would say the only time I ever actually get into any sort of storyline in game is when they put it as part of the action. Where if you look at like Half-Life, for example, a lot of times you'll come up and the girl will walk up to you and start talking to you. It's like, this is happening over here. Here's my father, and he's like, oh, here's this gun. I mean, like, the point is they build it. You're not watching a cutscene. You're actually walking around and people are talking to you.
Do you remember the story of Half-Life?
I'm just saying.
No, but I'm just saying. As a point and roll, you don't remember it, but it's more enjoyable to take part of. Yeah. That's your point,
But, I mean, like you said, since we're not story people, I'll finish the game, and it's like, the story's gone. Well, people are like, do you remember what the story was? No. I'm trying to think. I remember enjoying it at the time.
What game can you remember a story of distinctly?
Nothing. I mean, I can remember...
Zelda?
Yeah. But see, I mean, I remember parts of stories. I remember parts of Final Fantasy VII. I remember parts of Psychonauts, because the story's very simple. In Psychonauts, for example, it's just like, bad guy comes along, kidnaps the people, you go save them, bring them back.
Yeah, and those kind of games, it's like Mario. All the Mario games, like, the story's very simple. You go and save somebody. There's no plot. There's no, beginning, middle, end. It's just very simple, and that's what I think what makes a really good game, at least from my opinion.
Right. And then there's a lot of RPG-style games, a lot of games that are based on anime. People get really, really into. There's like there's backstory and like
Inuyasha, Naruto,
the Pokemon stuff. People get really. I'm sure Sloth knows the backstory of all the dudes, all the Pokemon.
I'm sure. But the thing with the backstory, if you have a backstory that kind of adds to the game, that's all fine and good. But I think what both Tobin and I look for in games is like, okay, how is the dialogue? Is dialogue funny, interesting, smart? How is the game...
Ratchet and Clank is a great example.
Yeah.
All the story in that, it's all like pop culture references. It's hilarious. It's very funny, and it's quick to the point. It's just like, oh, this shit happened. Go blow it up.
Yeah. But I just don't understand.
Granted, you and I very much sound like MTV generation. It's like, if it's more than 2 minutes, fuck it. It's just like, I ain't reading no story.
Well, the thing is, the way I see it philosophically, if you're playing a game, you're playing to be part of a story. Right. You're not playing to go through a Hollywood experience, a movie experience. You're playing to have an effect on an environment.
Exactly. Because if I want a story, I'll read a book.
Yeah.
Or I'll watch TV, or I'll do whatever. It's like, I want to be changing the world.
I want to be the hero. I want to do this. And a lot of times when you have story, like in Lost Planet, for example, you have people doing other stuff to other people, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't have all of the subtext. You have this, this two kids, the woman and the kid. They're like, oh, this guy left. I'm like, who cares?
Is that cool? Can I shoot bugs now? Does him leaving mean I get to blow shit up? Because then, all right. Cool.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much the what we can say about Castlevania and how much we think of it. Yeah, the thing is, the writing fucking sucks anyways, right?
So if you disagree, hop on the forums and let us know. You're probably either a story gamer or a non-story gamer. I doubt there's much in the middle. But yeah, we just wanted to mention that because we thought it was really funny, because we're going out there telling people about NooBTooB, and we stepped into this pit of people that are like fans of Castlevania, like people like Fish, or like the Grateful Dead, where it's just like they know every song, they know everything, and like they were actually genuinely offended. So we're sorry for offending you,
but we're not story gamers.
But we're not going to go back and read all of this fanfic for Castlevania.
Belmont / fiction. Yes!
Belmont and Dracula getting the...
And death comes in and starts, you get the boom chicka boom. That'd be nice.
Right in Simon's pooper.
I got a whip for you.
the other culture topic that we will touch on very briefly, because it's almost not worth talking about.
Wow.
Is what a sack of shit IGN is.
So this kind of like goes on what we had talked about previously in the last episode with kind of, how everybody might be in a pocket as far as the magazine publishers are concerned. So get this. What?
So if you were hypothetically, to have to name the best new console of 2006.
New console of 2006.
So there was the Wii,
Yep.
and there was actually there was Xbox 360.
No.
So there's the Wii or the PS3.
Oh, it's DS Lite? Does that count?
Yes. So IGN named the PlayStation 3 the best new console.
Wow.
Based on what?
Based on potential.
Yeah, based on potential.
Based on potential for the games that are going to come out in 2007 and probably 2008, actually.
Right. So, I mean, how fucking in Sony's pocket are you when you're naming this PlayStation 3? Because I'm not even going to say that it's not going to be the best console eventually.
Yeah,
it's got good growth rate.
Dude, Sony PlayStation 3 has a lot of potential to be the best console of 2008.
Yeah.
Seven's even iffy.
Side note, did you hear about the PlayStation 2 was actually the best-selling console of 2006?
Yes! Well, of course, 2000, but even like December.
Of December.
Yeah.
So they released all these new consoles in December, still the best-selling console.
God.
There have been, to date, the PlayStation 2 has sold 110 million units.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like that's a significant percentage of the world's population that has played the PlayStation 2.
It's like 0.02 or something crazy like that.
But if you think about people that actually play, I mean, okay, it's impressive. Anyway, what the fuck? So that's just stupid. I mean, that's just obviously we'd like people. Runner-up Nintendo Wii. Yes. So there was two consoles, and the second one that came out was the runner-up.
I mean, this is the thing is, like, the way I see it, I mean, if you listen to IGN's podcast, they do one-up. You have a couple of guys on there which are total Sony fanboys.
Yes.
Ridiculously so. I mean, you listen to them talk, and it's like, the guy probably did the editing for this and chose it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I hope there was at least a debate.
I was hoping at least cash transferred hands, because
you better have gotten something nice for taking it in the ass like that.
Wow. Yeah, so that is, I think that is kind of the state of journalism of today. Yep. So that is our little commentary on that cultural topic.
I think IGN should be renamed to On Your Knees.
Bend over. We're not making friends.
No, fuck them.
So yeah, so we have that would be it for our culture, and we have some site news.
So, like we mentioned at the very beginning, episode 23 has now become a featured video
that is so awesome.
on YouTube, which is really cool. So we've been putting our videos out there just 2 weeks worth now, and we're going to start doing that always from now on out. We're going to do podcast/vodcast, whatever. So somebody at YouTube picked us for the featured video, and we got like last time I checked, there were 2,000 hits on it.
It's pretty amazing,
and it's just climbing. And people are subscribing to our videos. People are commenting on our show, which is just awesome. So that's big news for us, is being featured on YouTube, and hopefully we're going to get a whole bunch of new viewers, and hopefully we can continue to bring you guys the gaming goodness every week that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, and if you're a long-time listener, I mean, don't worry, we're not going to stop doing the audio podcast or anything like that. We're going to keep on doing both, and it's just going to be two different outlets. Some people are going to want to do the video, some people want to do the audio.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good.
If you want to look at us every single week, I don't understand why, but knock yourself out.
Yeah, we're not pretty.
No.
So we're going to be doing a new little featurette. So as you guys all know, we don't get that many games basically January through March, maybe even April. So we're going to be having a new little segment of our podcast where we go to the Retro Vault and play a game.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to do this as a site, as audiences together. So we'll all pick a game, we'll announce it, and then before the next episode comes out, we'll all play it and then talk about it in the forums.
Yeah.
And what is our first one of this week?
So this week, our Retro Gaming Club game is System Shock 2, which we talked about last week. It's one of the best games I've played as a first-person shooter. It's about 7 years old. But
it's not even shooter-y. It's like more slower-paced, right?
Right. So it's just fantastic. I mean, we'll talk about it next week, so there's not much to go into right now. But it is.
But if you wanted to tell them like how like why we should play the game, like what are the big things about it?
It was really actually it is kind of the story. I mean, the story, the characters, the environment is amazing. It actually like grips you and scares you. In a not sort of let's turn on the lights so it's scary sort of way.
So it's not scary in a Resident Evil way.
Exactly. It's really well made. I highly recommend it. We're going to play it this week. We're going to talk about it next week. But the main thing to take away from this is that NooBTooB is going to, as a group, we're going to play a retro game every week until the games start picking up again, and hop on the forums because we picked this one this week, but we want your input. So hop on the forums, and we're going to say, what's a great game?
Yeah.
What's a great retro game that we should play and talk about that people might have missed, that is worth discussing, maybe has some points that are worth talking about. I've got a couple that come to mind that I'm going to suggest on the forums, like
Psychonauts will be a good one.
That's just a game that you really want people to go back and be like, you missed something if you haven't played this.
And it'll be fun to go through it again, because a lot of these games...
it's a great excuse to go play it again.
Well, hell yeah, because a lot of these games, they still hold up, and that's the kind of point we want to do. We don't want to pick like Pac-Man, because that's really silly.
Right.
So just pick older games that are classic, that are still a lot of fun, and that's what we're going to be doing with this. And as far as System Shock 2 is concerned, we do realize it's a bit tough to get, so you have to do a little searching in your game shops, look in the used game sections, look on eBay, and just find it somewhere, so you'll be able to play it along with us.
There are ways to find it.
Yeah. But definitely, these guys, I don't think it was a big hit, so, these guys definitely deserve the cash.
Although, if you look on Amazon, the damn thing doesn't sell for less than $40. So I think it's a sleeper hit, where it's like they sold a bunch of copies, they stopped making copies, so you can't buy it new anymore. And now it goes for like $80.
That's kind of ridiculous.
So
I wish they would pick like GameTap or some other company.
Well, and that's the thing is, when you buy it for $80, the developers don't get a fucking penny.
Yeah.
That's going to the collector dude that's owning that. Those guys are done. They never get another penny off System Shock, so they need to go out and put that on put that on Steam.
Yep. GameTap.
Put on GameTap. Put on something.
Thing.
Jesus, this is like one of the better games out there. So.
Yeah, and we want to get, at least if you haven't played it yet, then you should definitely do it, and it should be relatively easily accessible. So we'll pick them.
And that is, like I said, that's our listener homework. So the listener homework for the week: go to the forums, give us a suggested retro game that we'll add to the NooBTooB Retro Gaming Club.
That'll be a lot of fun, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's our show for the week. Please check out our website at NooBTooB.com and give us feedback by going to our forums and clicking on the red link at the top of the page to get to our forums and post some stuff.
Hell yeah.
And if you guys are watching on NooBTooB, go to the subscribe button right over there.
Right there. See that? See the subscription link?
It's a big orange button. Press that. And then you'll be able to get access to all of our episodes every week.
That's right.
Yeah, and let us know what you want to hear and what kind of retro games that you remember fondly.
Yep. And let us know if you're trying to keep up with us in Gamer Points on Lost Planet.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be, bring the competition. Yuzo and I welcome all comers.
That's right. And until, Tobin gives up.
Yeah, until I whoop all your monkey asses into submission. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast in iTunes. And if you like us, leave us a glowing 5-star review. There's an iTunes subscription link on NooBTooB.com always, so we make it very easy to subscribe. And like we said before, YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, rate us too on YouTube and add comments.
Yeah. So that is it for this episode. I am Tobin Kozire.
I am Yuzo Watanabe, and audio engineering is done by Range
Sassy Pants.
Sassy Pants Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
We're out!
That's dead sexy.
Yes, damn straight.